I had an abortion in 2001 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at West Alabama Reproductive Services. And the physician, Dr. Thomas Payne, actually perforated my uterus. And there were a lot of events leading up to that moment that were flags for me that I should have known and probably left the clinic, but at the time I didn't. I felt like this was the only choice that I had no other option. When the injury happened, I didn't really realize what had happened until I got to recovery. Once I was in recovery, I noticed the other women were very relaxed, kind of sedate, you know, and the medication they had given me hadn't really kicked in. It took them a long time. It took them 4 times to get an IV started, which was a flag. I should have known. And then by the time they got it started, the medication didn't really work. And so once, you know, the procedure itself didn't take very long. And they put me into recovery. Medication's still not working. And I was feeling this pain, and everyone else was kind of relaxed. And I'd already had 2 children. You know, this pain was odd. It wasn't normal. I got up to go to the restroom. When I stood up, I hemorrhaged. Blood it felt like something popped on the inside of me, and blood just poured out of me. Kind of like the scene in Unplanned. I mean, honestly, when I saw the movie, and I had an overwhelming flood of emotions that came back to me. You know, 15, 17 years past this procedure, and it all just kind of hit me again. Long story short, they took me back into the room and tried to stop the bleeding, and they couldn't. So they had to call an ambulance, and the ambulance came. Before the ambulance came, they put me on a gurney in the hallway, in a back hallway with no light on, by myself. And I just stayed there. And throughout this whole time, there were 5 or 7 women who left the facility, and they never once went out and told my support person what had happened to me. So my support person was still waiting for me in the lobby, and saw 5 or 7 women come out who had gone in after me, and was very concerned. And it wasn't until the ambulance actually reached the facility and was ready to take me out that they told him what had happened. So, you know, we hear stories all the time, or, you know, we hear people say, well, those things don't happen. That's very rare. It's uncommon. You know, abortion is a safe procedure. It wasn't a safe procedure for me. You know, and people say abortion doesn't hurt women, and well, abortion hurt me. And just as our workers have a story, Abby has a story, I have a story, there are many other women across this country who have a story. And many of us share our stories and our experiences because we want to give hope to other women that you don't have to go through what we went through.